Hi, I'm Dave Fellman, a senior contributing columnist for Quick Printing magazine. And I've come to realize over the years that one of the keys to success in printing sales is simply to think like a winner. And most printing salespeople don't, they think of themselves as second-class citizens who have to take a subservient role to their customers and prospects. I can't tell you how many times I've heard salespeople talking about needing to find an excuse to call on a customer. Hey, you don't need an excuse. Granted, you do need a reason, but as I've told lots of printing salespeople in seminars and in my sales coaching, I want to sit down and talk with you is reason enough. That's the way winning salespeople think, and experience has shown that their customers and prospects generally respond pretty well to that attitude, especially when it's coupled with the sort of knowledge and professionalism that also defines the winners in this business. Okay. That attitude certainly requires some confidence, so the question may be, where do you get that confidence? And I think the starting point to this sort of winner's attitude is to always know your objective, your specific objective. Now obviously, a salesperson's general objective should be to sell a lot of printing and make a lot of money, but there are specific things you need to accomplish along the way. For example, in the early stages of prospecting, your specific objective is to find companies that seem to be worth pursuing, which means that they buy exactly the kind of printing you want to sell, and they buy enough of it to make the pursuit worthwhile. The winner goes into this stage of the selling process thinking, okay, I'm going to evaluate 5 or 10 or 25 or 100 companies every week, and I'm going to be very happy if 1 out of every 3 or 4 of those companies looks like it's worth pursuing. Winners know that not everyone is a real prospect, and they don't want to waste their time and effort on people and companies which are unlikely to provide a solid return on that investment. They also know that it's important to be looking at new suspects every single week, and some of the winners do that because they want to earn even more money. Others do it because they don't want to make less money, and they know how fragile a customer relationship can be in the modern marketplace. Winners know that it's possible to lose a customer for any number of reasons, ranging from quality or service failures to pricing situations to other things that are absolutely not the fault of either the salesperson or the printing company. Winners will sometimes lose the battle, but they'll rarely lose the war. Now I think most printing salespeople would agree that the most important middle stages objective is to get that first appointment. The winners tend to approach this objective differently than the others though. First of all, winners don't beg anybody for just a few tiny minutes of your very, very, very valuable time. Winners offer to spend some of their very valuable time with printing buyers. One of my clients has become a true believer in this philosophy, and just a few weeks ago, he had his first opportunity to employ a response we prepared for the middle stage prospect who says he's too busy to meet. So am I, my client said. I'm up to my ears in work this week, but I do have some time available next week. How does your schedule look for next Thursday morning? There was silence on the line for just a moment, and then the prospect said, yeah, I guess that would work. Now to me, that's just another example of how confidence breeds confidence. I remember back when I was a little kid being told that dogs could smell fear on you. Printing buyers can smell fear too, but it's a whole different situation when they sense confidence from you instead. Now as I said earlier, I want to sit down and talk with you is reason enough to call to ask for an appointment, at least from the salesperson's perspective. From the buyer's perspective, okay, there may need to be more of a reason, but that's just why winners are always prepared to tell the buyer why he or she needs to agree to the meeting. Mr. Jones, the winner might say, I'm offering to put all my years of experience to work for you, and I think it's pretty reasonable to predict that I'll be able to save you some combination of time and aggravation and maybe even money in dealing with your printing. And I can't imagine that you really want to spend more time or money on printing than you have to, and if you've ever faced any aggravation with this part of your job, I'm pretty sure you'd like to avoid any more in the future. I'm very confident that I can help you, and that's why I think you need to take the time to meet with me. One caution now. Even spoken with confidence, a strategy like this doesn't always win the day. Just as a winner knows that not every suspect will turn into a real prospect, he or she also knows that there's no strategy in selling that works every time. But if a confident strategy works out 1 out of every 3 or 4 times, that's significantly better than the wishing and hoping sort of strategy that most printing salespeople seem to embrace. That might work 1 out of 10 times at best. Here's another area in which winners operate differently from losers, from underachievers. That's when a customer or prospect raises a price objection. I teach a segment on negotiation strategy in my seminars, and one of the core ideas is that there are three things up for negotiation every time a price objection is raised, and they are value, cost, and price. And the winners address the negotiation in exactly that order. The first thing they'll do is explain confidently why they think they're worth more money. Sure, there are printers with lower prices, the winner might say, but I want you to consider that price is only one component of value and quality and service and reliability and all the other factors that underlie exceptional performance. They're all part of the equation too. And then they go on to discuss specific ways in which the prospect may pay more but also get more. Now, here's the key to making this strategy work. Another of the things that winners do is ask questions with confidence. They're not in a hurry to make a presentation. They're much more interested in a conversation, and the goal of that conversation is to learn about any aggravation that the customer or prospect has encountered with printing in the past. If you've got problems, the winner thinks, I'll have opportunities because I'll be able to position myself as the solution to your problems. Here's one more thought for today. Winners are generally hard workers, and they're generally smart workers too, but they're not too smart for their own good. And that's a characteristic I see far too often in printing sales underachievers. Yeah, there are salespeople who are always looking for shortcuts, and the truth of the matter is that there are very few shortcuts in selling. The winner's attitude goes like this. If I work smart, there are ways to accelerate the decision-making process. And if I work hard too, I'll find more opportunities to do that than my competitors will. I know there's a danger in trying to work too smart, though, or not hard enough, so I'm not going to cut any corners. Most of the winners I've met know that working hard and working smart go hand in hand. In fact, a salesperson I greatly respect once told me that there's just no way to work so smart that you don't also have to work hard, at least not if you really want to make a lot of money. So, do you really want to make a lot of money? If the answer is yes, you can probably take a big step toward that goal by starting to think and act more like a winner. Let me close today with an invitation to visit my website, www.davefellman.com, where, in addition to a lot of promotional crap about my various products and services, you'll also find quite a bit of free stuff that you might find out of value. Check out the downloads page, where you'll find a variety of sales letters and prospecting forms and other information. And also, check out the free access archives of all the articles I've written over the years for Quick Printing magazine. By the way, thank you for reading Quick Printing. It means a lot to me that my words of wisdom have been helpful to a lot of quick printers over the years.